They hated him. In fact, not just don't want to listen to him, but they hated him. Hated him so much that Jeremiah at one time decided not to speak this message anymore. Even though the message kept coming into his life, he said, I'm not going to speak this message anymore because nobody wants to listen to this message. And look in Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 7 through 9. This is what Jeremiah complaining to God. And Jeremiah said, Oh Lord, you induced me, and I was persuaded. You are stronger than I, and you have prevailed. I am in derision daily. Everyone mocks me. For when I spoke, I cried out. I shouted violence and plunder, because the word of the Lord was made to me a reproach and a derision daily. That's all he was getting in return for doing the ministry that God gave him. And verse 9, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak anymore in his name. But his word was in my heart like a burning fire, shut up in my bones. I was weary of holding it back, and I could not. See, this is the problem with a minister. This is a problem with anyone who is called to do ministry. You don't need the title of a minister to do ministry, as all of us know. You see, even when people don't want to receive it, if God has really called you, the message will keep coming. And even when people turn you down, the message still keep coming. And even when you come to a point where you decide that I'm not going to do this anymore, I don't want to talk in the name of the Lord anymore, the message keep coming. And Jeremiah says it was like a fire shut up in my bone. I couldn't contain it. I couldn't keep quiet. It was like a burning fire inside my bone. And then he says, and therefore I could not hold it back anymore. I had to speak. Listen to me. When God calls you to do something, there's a burning desire in your heart to see that fulfilled. Amen. Many times others don't understand that. Why do you go through all this trouble? Because it's burning inside of you like a fire. It is shut up in your bones like a fire. You cannot keep quiet. You have to talk. And Jeremiah, why do you keep talking? Why, if people are still mocking? Up to that point, people were only mocking him. And they were chasing him out of the king's palace. Something after he said, I cannot contain this because this is bothering me like a fire shut up in my bone. I need to say this because God is pushing me. And he is complaining to God, God, you are stronger than me. So you are prevailing. I don't want to do this, but you are prevailing despite my concerns because you are keep continuing to send me these messages. So he did. And you want to know what happened? It got worse. Because by the time we come to chapter 30s, into the 30s, you can see that people not only didn't want to listen to him, but they started to put him in locks. They branded him as a lunatic. Do you know that's what they do in some countries? If you go for gospel too strong in some in European nations, they will brand you as a psychological case and put you for psychological evaluation. They say you are too far gone. This is not reasonable.